Yo, guys, I just want to ask you guys a few questions. Who actually remembers back in my older days of making content? I would do GTA V, the LCPFR before I tried to do the freaking LSPFR. This is just, me rating something, Um, if I were to say which one do I prefer better, honestly, I would say LCPFR. Because LSPFR is like fucking trying to solve a massive freaking like math question, like some algebra freaking chemistry type shit. That will make someone, with a disability or, lower classmates that would have to have some sort of special need class or tutoring to even try to understand what it's coming from. And I don't want to say wrongfully, I'm going to say I'm not embarrassed. I did have a tutor in high school. I was in, special needs classes since I was like freaking in like the sixth grade. Growing up, I always had this disability where I couldn't really understand a lot of stuff. I guess the correct term of that would actually be a learning disability before I grew up and things became a little more crazy. But we ain't gonna get into that. But seriously, if I were to rate LSP for me, trying to solve that, all that freaking, modding and shit, and I mean, it's easy for some people, but for me, it's, I guess you could say it's alright, I guess. I mean, if you didn't have a lot to do, it's easier to figure out. But it can be a little more difficult than what they seem, especially for me. And LCPFR, I like it because, with GTA 4, just in general, it feels like you're actually driving because the handling of the vehicles is more realistic, And if you want everything to look pretty, you just put an E and B in the thing, it's just fully, easy to freaking, mod. And with the whole, updates of all these games for GTA 4, it changed a lot of stuff. So, it feels like they're challenging you. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this because, it's just, it, I'm just having a lot of trouble with it. But right now, I'm getting ready to get my disk drive sooner or later so I can actually use some, disk so I can actually, kind of, swim through, swim through the obstacle, it's just, so we're gonna see how it works. I did have the game recently and I actually looked, but the thing is, the disc wasn't in it, so I have no idea where the disc is. So I would love to have that, just buy the disc drive, and but it seems like I'm gonna have to get both. Unless I can, start digging through stuff or, look through my old laptop drive or whatever. Hopefully it's in there. I don't know. But that's all I really want to say now. I'm going to pretty much, try, but we're going to see how it goes. So this is just a little update video so y'all know I ain't, just been ghosting y'all and forgot about everything, I'm still here. I haven't went nowhere. So that's about it. I want to thank you guys all for sticking with me. Even though, things is getting a little rough for me, I ain't giving up. So thank you.